Yo, what is up, you guys? It's the Michael Myers. Welcome back to a brand new live stream. Hope you guys are having a good Wednesday, man. Um, yeah, man. Hope you guys are doing well. You guys already know what's up, man. Decided to go live today. We're gonna be talking about 11 chilling murders that were inspired by some of our favorite horror movies. So yeah, pretty much. I found this article last night. I figured it would have been pretty interesting to go over them. Pretty much, it's so 11 murders that were inspired by horror movies. Of course, throughout the years, I've always heard, different stories. When it comes to this stuff, they're always fascinating. They're always, interesting, like the title says, pretty chilling. But yeah, so this article is coming to us by All That Is Interesting. Here, I'll show you guys. Let me flip the camera. So I'm on this website, all that's interesting. So if you guys would like to follow along, or along the articles, you guys can. So yeah, what I'm gonna be doing is going down this list. I actually don't know them yet. So yeah, like I said, I found the article yesterday, but then I was like, it sounds like a good idea. It sounds like a pretty good video, a good live stream to go over them and talk about them. So yeah, I did not go through them. So I'll be going through them. I've heard of a few cases. You know, like I said, throughout the years, I'm pretty sure some of them are gonna be in this list. So we're gonna get started, man. But like I said, hope you guys are doing well. Hope you guys are having a great Wednesday, man. Just got out of the shower. I'm feeling good today, man. So hope you guys are feeling good today as well. Zavi, what's up, man? My favorite movie is Halloween 2. That's an amazing choice, man. Halloween 2, amazing sequel, dude. Definitely to me, it's probably as good as that first movie. I'm wearing my new Michael Myers shirt. I got this at Walmart throughout the weekend. If you guys have not seen my review on the Trick or Treat Studios Halloween 2 Dream Sequence mask, go check out my review right now, man. This thing is badass. Yeah, dude, I loved it. I definitely love it. I got it at Party City, and I can't wait, man, for the Halloween 1 mask to come out. But yeah, like I said, I think I might do a little bit detail on the blood, and maybe the hair, dude. I'm not the biggest fan of the hair, but yeah, man, go check that out if you haven't. Hello, I changed my profile picture. That's dope, man. That's dope, Joseph. Oh yeah, of course, Halloween 4, man. One of my favorites as well, man. Definitely one of my favorites. My birthday is Friday, man. That's great, man. Hope you have a good birthday, man. Happy early birthday. Hope you have a good time, man. So yeah, man. Shout out to all of you guys, man. Joseph the Horror Guy, shout out. Zavi, all of you guys who made it. So what we're gonna be doing, man, I'm gonna be flipping the camera, and we're gonna be going over some of these chilling cases. So as you guys can see, 11 chilling murders that were inspired by some of your favorite movies. Like I mentioned, I have not gone through this list, so we're gonna go through them together. So hold on, let me take off the mask. I'm gonna just have the camera like that. But yeah, man, tell me what you guys think. My question to you guys on the chat: if you guys have heard of any, specific case, any specific murder that happened, that was inspired by a horror movie, definitely comment down in the live chat. Unstable Freak, what's up, buddy? Yeah, for sure, man. Ed Gein, I'm pretty sure we're gonna, run into Ed Gein in this list. Ed Gein is definitely one of the more popular killers for sure, from this century, because a lot of the early horror films, man, were inspired by Ed Gein. Of course, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Psycho, I believe, Norman Bates was inspired by Ed Gein. Even Buffalo Bill, man. Buffalo Bill from Silence of the Lambs. So for sure. So we're gonna get started here. Of course, these are films that, inspired the murders, not murders that inspired the movies. That'll probably be another video. That sounds pretty cool. Of course, Ed Gein, like I said, the more popular one, inspired the most movies. But hell yeah, dude. So we're gonna get started here. You got, like I said, this article is from allthat'sinteresting.com. Just look up this title on Google and it'll pop up if you guys would like to follow along. But I'm gonna scroll down and read. Hope you guys can see pretty good, but maybe put that a little closer. But yeah, so from Scream to Friday the 13th, some of the most famous horror movies of all time have inspired people to commit heinous real life crimes. The bloody visions of the horror genre have been blamed, fairly or not, for a variety of social ills over the years, and while modern understandings of I messed up. I can't even pronounce that, you guys. Psychology. Oh, that's just psychology. My bad. Understandings of psychology have largely put a damper on so-called moral panics over movies. Several cases to exist where people carried out horrific real-life acts that were apparently inspired by a screen horror. So yeah, for sure, this is nothing new, you guys. Of course, throughout the years, especially when it comes to like a lot of, you could say, mental ill cases, usually, the movies are, I've seen that before, where they kind of blame the movies, in some of these cases. But, yeah, as far, these 11 cases certainly run the gamut. Some perpetrators were mentally disturbed long before dwelling on a particular film. Others were sound of mind when they planned their murders after watching the fictional crimes on screen. In every case, however, it certainly appears that horror movies inspired them to kill. So here's the first one on the list, you guys. Hope you guys can see pretty good. I'm not sure if you guys can. Hold on, I'm gonna try to give you guys a better view. Yeah, honestly, I'm still trying to figure out how I could, pull up the screen. I mean, not scream. When I live stream, man. So that's why right now I'm actually recording like this, But I think that's better, isn't it? Isn't that better, you guys? Like I said, you guys could find the article your guys' self. You guys could pull it up. You guys could follow along. It's allthat'sinteresting.com, man. So yeah, here's the first one on the list, you guys. The Scream movie. How Scream inspired two cousins to kill. I think I've heard of this one. I think I actually have heard this one. Inspired by Scream 1996, Mario Padilla stabbed his mother to death. That's crazy, man. So it says Scream revolved around two teenagers who embarked on a killing spree that subverted famous horror movie tropes. It begins with the murder of a high school girl, portrayed by Drew Barrymore, and centers on a classmate whose mother was murdered. Mario Padilla's plan appeared glaringly similar. Inspired by Scream 1996 and Scream 2, the 17-year-old convinced his 14-year-old cousin, Samuel Ramirez, to help. They went through it with it on January 13th, 1998, using 4 knives and a screwdriver to do the deed. Padilla stabbed his mother and Gina Castillo to death while Ramirez held her down. My son, he's 16, he just stabbed me, said Castillo on the phone to 911. I'm bleeding. Oh, I'm bleeding. While Compton's Superior Court Judge John disallowed any mention of the Scream movies at trial, the teenage killers had admitted their influence upon being arrested. Preliminary hearing showed that Padilla also targeted a classmate mate who resembled Drew Barrymore. Wow, that's crazy, man. And revealed more shocking details about what they had planned. So yeah, I guess throughout the trial of this case, you know, the judge, they didn't really mention the whole Scream movies, but I guess the guy, you know, the teenagers, the cousins, they confess being inspired by Scream. Of course, you know, some people do that too. You could say, you know, because in their mind, if they kind of blame it on something, they could kind of go fall for, you know, insanity, and they could get like a lesser charge. But yeah, so the crime had been in development for years. The teenagers had planned to buy a pair of costume and electronic voice modulators made famous by the films in order to mask their identity. So I guess these are the two cousins who literally killed the mom. Yeah, man. I mean, it's horrible. How can, you know, these kids? Of course, like we mentioned, mentally ill kids. You know, I guess movies hit some different, man. You know. So yeah, I guess they have planned to kill 5 more people. Damn. Yeah, I mean, this Scream movie really got to them, man. But yeah, I guess the murder of the mom, they had it planned or whatever. So I guess there's a statement by him. I've been watching television since the age of 7. It is ironic how people say do not let your kids watch TV at that age because it really does affect them. All I would do is fantasize how to do things, and I could how excuse me. All I would do is fantasize on how to do things I could not do. So yeah, man. Of course, this is one of those cases that you know, it really hit him for sure. The teens had apparently stolen 150 and baptismal gifts for Castillo's 1-month-old daughter and planned to kill her husband. Next, unfortunately, police arrived before they could also find evidence that they had planned on murdering 5 other people. Convicted first-degree murder and 5 counts of conspiracy to murder, Padilla was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole, and Ramirez to 25 years to life. You need a cat to copy. In this case, Scream is the cat, and says psychologist Madeline Levine. There were a whole bunch of reasons why they acted out that way, but did the movie provide a blueprint? Absolutely. So yeah, of course, like this falls under the, you know, like I said, by them watching Scream, man, by them watching the Scream movies, you know, it had a big part. Of course, like I said, there was probably also other factors involved in this, but of course, the Scream movies played a big part. So yeah, that's pretty crazy, man. Let's go. So yeah, that was the first one. That was the first one on the list, you guys. 2 cousins killing a mother. But yeah, Machete Slasher, yo, what's up, man? Glad you made it. We're just here, man, talking about some murders, man, that were inspired by some of your favorite horror movies. Of course, these are mostly like copycat killings. You know, these people commit these crimes, man, after being influenced. But yeah, like I said, if you guys are interested following along, you guys could follow along with me. I'm on allthatinteresting.com. So yeah, man. So here's the next one: Halloween 2 and the Richard Boyer murders. I actually have heard of this one, man. The Halloween 2 murders. You guys can literally look it up. Just put Halloween 2 murders and it would show up. But yeah, this was a case back in the 80s. Here, let's read it. Mirroring Halloween 2, 1981, Richard Boyer stabbed an elderly couple to death in their kitchen. So yeah, I guess this case kind of was inspired by the beginning of H2, you know, the El Rod scene. Of course, this guy ended up stabbing this elderly couple. So I guess it was from this scene. But it says John Carpenter's Halloween 1978 was made on a shoestring budget, yet became the most successful independent film of all time. It introduced a slasher icon for the ages in Michael Myers, a 6-year-old boy who murdered his sister. We all know that. Okay, so while its 1981 sequel wasn't as critically acclaimed, it was the first time the character of Michael Myers inspired a violent crime off screen. The film featured Myers breaking into the home of an elderly couple to steal a kitchen knife, while someone in reality went a step further. On December 7, 1982, Richard Delmer Boyer entered the residence of Francis and Eileen Harbitz and stabbed the elderly couple to death. Their bodies were found 5 days later by their son William. Francis was found propped up against a blood splatter hallway wall, while his wife was lying in a pool of blood with 43 stab wounds between the two. Crazy, man. Crazy stuff. Yeah, so this is his mugshot. I have heard of this case, like I said. Boyer had done yard work for the couple in the past, and their son remembered that he always carried a buck knife on his belt, so suspicion naturally fell on Boyer. A search of the El Monte, California residence home yielded a knife covered in blood residue, leading to his arrest. Boyer confessed to the killings during his arrest, but a mistrial was declared when it was discovered his admission had been obtained in violation of his Miranda rights. Retried in 1984, he claimed to have no memory of the murders and blamed Halloween 2 for the crimes he committed. So yeah, of course, another one of those cases where they blame the movies in hopes that they would get, you could say, a lesser charge, or not even a lesser charge, but like a lesser punishment. But yeah, I guess it didn't work. Boyer said he had driven to the Harbits. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I apologize if the camera's falling, but yeah, Boyer said he had driven to Harbits' home to borrow money, but that he had smoked PCP on the way and suffered a violent flashback to Halloween 2 upon arriving. He also claimed to have seen it countless times while inebriated. So yeah, pretty much right here, man. I guess, you know, the guy ended up confessing, blamed it on Halloween 2. You know, I guess he mentioned he has smoked some drugs, some PCP, and of course, you know, in some people, I guess it depends on the person. I guess it depends on the drug too. You know, when they see certain stuff like that played out on screen, especially you could say under the influence, it's like they kind of perceive that. You know, they kind of perceive that in reality. But yeah, I mean, that's crazy, you guys. That's really crazy. So I guess, you know, one day being high, he decided to take it upon himself to do this horrible act, man. And yeah, it's crazy. So yeah, like I said, I have heard of this case in the past. And yeah, it was the first time, you know, the Myers character was blamed for like a, you know, for a murder in real life. While a feature film being submitted as evidence at a murder trial was a historic first, the jury ultimately found Boyer's defense improbable. He was sentenced to death for 2 counts of first-degree murder. So yeah, this was the first time, I believe, in history where a movie was submitted as evidence in a murder trial. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. I'm like, you know, I'm pretty sure the judge went over the freaking movie Halloween 2, and yeah, man, they found them. They sentenced them to death, first-degree murder. Crazy, man. Crazy. So yeah, Halloween 2 was the first movie to get used as evidence, which is pretty chilling. It was good talking to you. No problem, Joseph. I appreciate you tuning in, man. Hope you have a good night as well. But yeah, so next on the list, Mark Branch, the Friday the 13th copycat killer. So yeah, I've actually heard a few of these. I know one that sticks out in particular. I hope it's that one, this one right here that we're about to pull up. But yeah, I've heard a few different ones, on you know, Friday the 13th. But yeah, and the one I've heard I think was from the 80s. But here, let's see what's up. Mark Branch owned 3 hockey masks, knives, and a machete. As a grocery store clerk who rented horror movies in his spare time. Oh yeah, I think it is this one that I've heard. Mark Branch seemed like any other teenager of the 1980s. However, the 19-year-old native of Greenfield, Massachusetts, I'm not even gonna butcher that. Massachusetts. Hope I said it right. was anything but. On October 24, 1988, he made his horror film fantasies a reality by killing an 18-year-old college student while dressed as Jason from the Friday the 13th. So yeah, I have heard of this one before. So pretty much this guy was like fascinated with the freaking Friday movies. He had like, I guess he killed his victim with the Jason mask, his Jason, outfit or whatever. So yeah, this is one of those cases that, it's not really, I wouldn't say really a mental ill case, but more of like a copycat, fascination type of thing. But yeah, man, that's crazy. Sharon Gregory's mu- mut- mutilated body was found in her bathtub by her identical twin Cheryl, while Branch himself was nowhere to be found. After slicing up her abdomen, chest, and head, the mass killer vanished into the night. Crazy, dude. Oh shit. Camera sliding. I apologize, you guys. Um, but yeah, people reported seeing Branch uh, skulking about town, but authorities initially had no luck tracking down their prime suspect. However, the authorities learned that Gregory had been writing uh, evaluation, yeah, of the man for her Greenfield Community College psychology class. Sharon Gregory had in her possession a psychological profile of Mark Branch that profile was wanted badly by Mark Branch, said Greenfield Police Chief David McCarthy. He didn't like her having it and he wanted it. So yeah, I seen this picture right here. This is like the, what's it called, the news article from what happened, the copycat killer. This is the kid right here. This is the victim. But yeah, man, pretty chilling. The town shuttered its doors and canceled Halloween events. A Video Expo One rental store employee revealed that Branch rented strictly gore, period. The gorier, the better. A search of his home substantiated that, yielding 75 horror films, 64 true crime books, 3 knives, hockey masks, and a machete. So yeah, like I said, this is one of those cases, man, where the dude was just obsessed with the genre, man, with the genre itself, and carried on his plan. Police set up a command post in Buckland, Massachusetts, after residents reported spotting Branch in town. Those claims were echoed in Franklin and West counties. While Branch's car was found abandoned on the edge of Greenfield Forest, he was ultimately found in Buckland on November 28th, dead and hanging from a tree. That's crazy, man. So they found him hanging from a tree. That's crazy, dude. So yeah, I guess the town, and yeah, I actually, like I said, I've heard of this case before. So I guess the town where this happened in Massachusetts, it really affected. Of course, when something like this happens, especially when it happens in a small neighborhood, small quiet neighborhood where you never really hear this stuff going on, man. So when it happens, the community is like, it's shocked, So during the Halloween, since the guy was obsessed with the horror movies. In this small town, they didn't really, they try to stay away, from Halloween events. I even heard that because I believe this was in 1988. I even heard, of course, in '88, Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers, was released, and in this time around, this all happened around the same time. So in this little town, they refused to show the movie, after the horrific events that happened in this little town. And yeah, they did not show Halloween 4 for the same reason, because they didn't really want to, you could say, inspire, more horrific crimes like this. But yeah, man, that's crazy. That's crazy. While his death was ruled a suicide, some believe locals disbanded vigilant justice to Branch. Ultimately, that urban legend continues to this day, while the paper Gregory wrote about Branch remains missing. So yeah, I guess there's still a question mark there. When they found him laying in the tree, some people say probably, the neighborhood, the community, took it upon themselves and get their hands dirty, or it was a suicide thing. Who really knows? But the urban legend continues till this day, like it's mentioned. Crazy stuff, man. Crazy stuff. All right, here's the next one, guys. The Post Arthur Massacre and Child's Play 2. Interesting, man. Interesting. I actually have not heard of it. I don't think I've heard of it, man. Let's check it out. Let's check it out. Martin Bryant watched Child's Play 2 obsessively prior to his killing spree. Martin Bryant grew up without any friends, bullied and resentful. The socially awkward loner from Hobart, Australia, would curse his peers and brag about his family wealth. His only refuge was horror films and diving outings with his father. His IQ of 68 and learning disabilities had isolated him as a child, and he was only diagnosed with Asperger's when he got to prison. The troubling signs had been there all along. However, as he had tortured animals in his youth, grew fond of film sex acts between humans and animals, and became obsessive over Child's Play 2. What the heck? Is this the guy, yo? Damn, that's crazy. What a creepy looking dude. Brian frequently told his girlfriend, "Don't fuck with the Chuck." So yeah, this dude was, I guess, another one who was obsessive, of course. He loved Chucky and used to go on about it all the time. Said his ex-girlfriend Janetta Hawani, it comes to life and has to kill this boy so it can be real, and then it just goes around killing all these people. There was a phrase in the movie where he used to say, "Don't fuck with the Chuck." He used to get excited when he said that. He would think he was really cool. After completing his education, Brian worked as a gardener and met wealthy 59-year-old Harris's Helen Harvey in 1988. The 21-year-old soon moved in with her and inherited over $4,700,000 when she died in a car accident that Brian survived. In 1993, his father was found mysteriously drowned with a diving weight belt around his neck, and an inheritance left to Brian. Martin Bryant was 29 years old when he murdered 35 people on April 28 and 29, 1996, known as the Post Arthur Massacre. It was the worst mass killing by a single person in Australian history, as he stalked from cafes and gift shops to toll booths and gas stations, gunned down with a semi-automatic AR-15 and a L1A1 self-loading rifle. His victims ranged in age from 3 years old to 72 years old. Wow, man, that's intense. That's crazy. Yeah, man, this guy was definitely ill. By the time he was captured, Brian had killed 35 and injured 23 people. Brian's nightmarish horror movie inspired killing spree also led to historic new gun laws in Australia. The federal government implemented new restrictions on self-loading rifles and shotguns and started Australia's first buyback program for firearms that fell afoul of new regulations. Before the massacre, Australia had left gun regulations up to each territory of state. So, yeah, man. I mean, it was so damn bad they had to even change the gun laws. I mean, this freaking dude killed. His victims were from 3 years old to 72 years old with some pretty big weapons, dude. I mean, an AR-15, L1A1 self-loading rifle, dude. Yeah, dude, this guy was nuts. But yeah, man, that's crazy, dude. That's crazy. After watching Child's Play 2, that's crazy. Next one, A Nightmare on Elm Street and Daniel Gonzalez. I probably heard of this one. I think I heard one on Nightmare on Elm Street, but let's check it out. When its imaginative dream sequence and inevitable kills Wes Craven's on Nightmare on Elm Street birth a new icon of horror in Freddy, armed with knives or fingers. The dead supernatural burn victim. Tragically, one lone donor was lethally captivated by the figure. Determined to become a famous serial killer, Daniel Gonzalez went on a drug-fueled killing spree. Across London, Hampshire, and Sussex, he dreamed of emulating both Nightmare on Elm Street antagonist and Jason from Friday the 13th. Freddy vs. Jason had hit theaters mere months before the murders. So yeah, so I guess this was around between September 15 and 17 of 2004. The 24-year-old Surrey resident stabbed four elderly people to death and tried to kill two others. The disturbed horror movie fan had armed himself with large knives and a hockey mask. Gonzalez murdered 76-year-old Derek Robinson and his 60-year-old wife, Jean of Highgate. The horror fan also killed 73-year-old Mary and before butchering. So yeah, I guess this guy's victims were elderlies. Gonzalez was diagnosed as schizophrenic after confessing to police that he wanted to know what it would be like to be Freddy Krueger for a day. Yeah, so I have heard of this case right here. This guy wanted to know how it felt to be Freddy Krueger for a day, man. And yeah, he killed some elderly people. Pretty tragic, dude. Pretty tragic. I watch horror movies and that all the time, fantasy and not real. And that Gonzalez told detectives, I just thought about doing it, man. What would it be like just to maybe Freddy Krueger or something like that just for one day? Yeah, man. You see, sometimes, movies could be a little too, especially on the wrong person. It could affect him, pretty tragically. And of course, all of these horror movies is fiction, especially all these characters. But hey, man, that's just to show you how it could really fall like that on someone, Infinity Dragon 7, what's up, man? Have you heard of A Clockwork Orange? Not really a horror movie, but really disturbing movie that inspired real life crimes. Yeah, for sure, Infinity Dragon. I have heard of Clockwork Orange. Definitely, yeah, I agree. Definitely quite a disturbing movie. Hey, I think that one's gonna even show up in this list, man. For sure. Clockwork Orange. Yeah, man, pretty good film. Gamer Squad 124, what's up, man? Glad you made it. We're here talking about 11 real life murders that inspired real life killings, man. Real life killings inspired by horror movies. There we go. But yeah, man, that's crazy. Yeah, Unstable Freak for sure, dude. A lot of this stuff, pretty crazy. So yeah, that was Freddy. Next, The Exorcist and the mother who murdered her daughter. Oh shit, I actually have not heard of this one, man. Damn, this one sounds interesting. Infinity Dragon. I think I heard The Exorcist was based on a true story, but I'm not sure if that is true. Infinity Dragon, that actually is true, man. That actually is true. The Exorcist is based on a real story. I believe it was William Peter Blatty. Well, not the movie. Of course, the movie is based on the novel by William Peter Blatty, but the novel is actually based on a true story, man. I guess it was from the 1940s or something like that, 1930s, but it was actually a boy, man. The real story happened to be a boy, and of course, William Peter Blatty switched it to a girl for the movie, which you could say made it more creepy, but yeah, that is true though, Infinity Dragon. That is true for sure. Exorcist, scariest movie of all time, for sure. It was never meant to be taken as a fact, but in February 1980, it tragically was. In a testament to the film's chilling impact, Patricia Ann Fraser hadn't even seen the explicit version when it led her to kill. Catching the edited broadcast on CBS on February 12, 1980, the 34-year-old Wichita Falls, Texas woman spent the next 10 days in sheer terror, believing her daughter was possessed. She cut out her heart. Oh shit, what the hell? Are you fucking serious? Damn, what was this lady on, dude? So yeah, that's crazy, dude. So this chick, who hadn't even seen the explicit version, she was watching a TV version that was broadcast on CBS, dude. this freaking movie felt so damn real for her. She thought her freaking little daughter was possessed, and she cut her heart out. That's terrible, man. That's insane, dude. What the? This is crazy. Local jurors were left at an utter loss and failed to reach a verdict in Frazier's initial trial that November. Her attorneys had argued that she truly believed her 4-year-old daughter was possessed by demons, shown the Exorcist themselves at a subsequent retrial in June 1981. Jurors found themselves increasingly believing her. Wow, man. Wow, they actually believed her. There's listed as her cause of death. So this is the certificate, the death certificate of what's it called, of her daughter, man, of the little daughter. I can't think of a more appropriate situation than this for an insanity defense, said Rusty Duncan, Frazier's attorney. She was crazy as hell when she committed the offense. So yeah, of course, the chick, that's what they all do, man. They blame it on the movies, like I said, so they could try to get a weaker punishment. But of course, I just feel it doesn't, like, the whole insanity thing, it just goes out the window, because if she is knowledge, like, she has knowledge of all this, so it's not like she's insane, she don't know what she's doing. She has well knowledge of what the hell she's doing. So hey, dude, that's crazy. That's crazy. Pulled over everyone's eyes, alleging that Frazier had a history of beating her child and was so desperate to be free of the responsibilities of motherhood. And she sliced her own daughter open. Jurors weren't convinced, however. So, yeah, like I said, she tried to blame the damn movie. But, of course, she was... I guess she had a history of, beating the child. So, yeah, it's crazy, dude, when they try to blame the movies. Of course, these the judges, the attorneys, all this aren't going to believe that. Of course, hers, the attorney, this is all a business. The attorneys go for it, but obviously, common sense, they try to find the easy way to let her off, man. But that's crazy, dude. Ultimately, the legal proceedings lasted for more than a year. Jurors debated the merits of a defense rooted in insanity and the volatile impact of a film, while weighing the prosecution's stern reminder that Frazier was a conscience killer. Frazier was found innocent by reason of insanity and placed in the care of her mother rather than a mental institution. Are you serious, man? So they did find her insane. She probably was, like we mentioned, she had a history of doing this. But dude, they literally left her back to society. You could call that back to society, right? I mean, they gave her back to her freaking mother instead of a freaking mental institution, dude. That's unheard of. That's a freaking unheard of, dude. Especially for, dude, I think, could this be the worst one that we have come to? Not sure, but this is crazy, dude. Exorcist. That was the Exorcist. All right, next, Jonathan Cruz and the Purge. Okay, so now we're getting to some recent crimes, to some recent I believe these are recent from the time the Purge came out. Inspired by the political divisions of contemporary America, James DeMonico's The Purge explored what the United States would be like for a 19-year-old Jonathan Cruz of Indianapolis, Indiana. That premise was taken as advice. Armed with a handgun and self-professed leader of a local Bloods gang, shot 3 men in the head between May 12 and May 15, 2016. From Billy Boyd and Jay Higginbottom to Jose Alberto Ruiz, all of Cruz's victims were chosen at random. Police found Boyd dead of 2 gunshots on North College Avenue in the early morning of May 12, and found shot several times on North the Ninth Street a few hours later. Ruiz's body was found in driver's seat of a Pontiac on North Linwood Avenue. On the last night of his 4-day killing spree, one underage girl tipped off the police and revealed the cinematic inspiration for the murders, admitting that Cruz had been her drug dealer. She told detectives that he bragged about shooting a man in the back of the head. She also revealed that Cruz had tried to show her a video of one of the murders and brandished a gun, which led to his arrest on May 16th. Much of the evidence they needed was on Cruz's phone. That's crazy, man. I purge every night now. One of his text messages read, "Since I'm dying, someone else has to do it." Damn, dude. Yeah, this is crazy, man. Nowadays, dude, you guys even gotta be careful. I know a lot of these kids nowadays try to be slick, but dude, on your phone, they're watching. They're literally watching, dude. So all they need to do, if you were to get caught in whatever the case is, if you're doing something bad, dude, all they gotta do is go through your phone and you're done, you know? Crazy, man. He sent his mother a screenshot of a news article on the murders. He instructed his murder to delitos after you read it, while she reminded him that they can still pull up deleted history. In presumable reference to the authorities, Cruz said that he understood and simply planned on getting a new phone, and claiming he had been stolen. When police finally arrested Cruz, he was charged. The Purge-inspired shooter pleaded guilty to 3 counts of first-degree murder in April 2017. With footage of Cruz's phone depicting him firing a gun while laughing, witness statements, and incriminating text messages, he was sentenced to life in prison without parole in May. So yeah, the law caught up to him. I guess the girlfriend, or not the girlfriend, the chick who said he was the guy was like his was her drug dealer. She gave him up. You know, she gave up the clues to the detectives, and it was over with. Crazy, man. Crazy. The guy took the purge too serious. How Queen of the Dam made Alan Menzies snap. Actually, I have not seen this movie. Vampire Chronicles, Queen of the Dam. Oh, is this the one? This is Aaliyah, right? Oh, I have not. I think I've seen it. I think I've seen it one time in TV, but I don't really recall it. But yeah, I think Aaliyah is in this movie. 22-year-old. So this person would claim in court that he had seen the film more than 100 times and had regular hallucinations of Akasha, the film's vampire queen, as portrayed as the late singer Aaliyah. Yeah, there we go. The character had perpetually proposed, or not promised Menzies that he could become an immortal vampire if he murdered somebody as a sacrifice. At the end of the day, I knew I would have to murder somebody either way, anyway, said Menzies. It was the only way you could do it. If you don't murder somebody, you couldn't become a vampire. It's this guy. It's this guy right here. Menzies drank his friend's blood and ate part of his skull. Wow. He really thought by doing that, he could live on forever as a vampire. Crazy stuff, yo. And on December 11, 2002, Menzies got what he believed was his opportunity for immorality when his friend Thomas McKendrick made a disparaging remark about Queen of the Dam. Menzies claimed to have seen Akasha in his home demanding blood. Menzies said that he snapped and beat his 21-year-old friend over the head 10 times with a hammer. He then stabbed McKendrick a total of 42 times before drinking his blood and eating part of his skull, burying the body in a makeshift grave nearby. His crime was discovered weeks later and preceded Menzies' arrest. While 3 psycho-agreed Menzies had been suffering from a psychopathic order, they concluded it wasn't a mental illness, and this couldn't reduce the murder charge based on diminished responsibility. In the end, Menzies was found guilty of murder and sentenced to life in prison, where he took his own life in November 2004. That's crazy, dude. I mean, yeah, and that's the case. That's the case with a lot of these, dude. You know, they sometimes it's too much. When they get locked up, once they get prosecuted and everything, their only way out, man, is suicide. You know. It's crazy, man. But Infinity Dragon. Do you know about the Slender Man? I do, man. Of course, Slender Man, pretty famous. Pretty famous urban legend, man. You know, never really was the biggest fan of it, but yeah. Pornstar Jr. What's up, man? Glad you made it to the live stream, man. We're here talking about 11 um chilling murders that were inspired by horror movies. Chippy, yo, what's up, man? Glad you made it. What killer are you in? So I actually, for you guys, we're actually literally halfway in. But if you guys want to follow along, I pulled up this article from allthat'sinteresting.com. You guys could just look up this title right here. Look up this title if you guys want to follow along. We are on let's check it out, number 8. So we have 3 more to go, man. 3 more to go. Like we mentioned, a lot of crazy cases here, man. You know, a lot of crazy chilling murders, copycat murders. But yeah, man. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Myers the vlogger, what's up, man? Right here chilling, man. Talking some of these murders, man, that were inspired by some of our favorite horror movies. But yeah, now we're gonna move on to the next one. Michael Hernandez, American Psycho. We got Christian Bale, of course, the iconic American Psycho. Michael Hernandez was obsessed with serial killers and exposed racist ideals. Michael Hernandez was a 14-year-old boy when he murdered his best friend, Jamie Go. They both attended Southwood Middle School in Palmetto Bay, Florida, with no outward indication of ill will prior to the assault. Luring Go into the restroom before class, Hernandez slit Go's throat, stabbing him over 40 times. Hernandez put the knife in his backpack and calmly went to class. His body was found within moments while a teacher spotted blood on Hernandez and called the police. Hernandez admitting modeling his crimes after American Psycho, after being arrested and charged with his first-degree murder. Meanwhile, authorities searched his computer. His hard drive contained a text file listing Gao and a friend named Andre Martin as victims. A look at his internet search history, meanwhile, revealed that he had spent the days before murdering Go looking at macabre illustrations of dead people, baby killers in Australia, and endless reviews of American Psycho. So I guess this guy, man, was obsessed with American Psycho. He wanted to see how it felt. But yeah, I guess I don't know, man. I guess this fascinated him. This him right here? I guess it is him. Father doesn't believe Michael Hernandez doesn't believe Michael fascinated with serial killers. Based on the novel American Psycho, the racism and complex of Wall Street brokers in the 1980s. The film's satirical elements had apparently eluded Hernandez when he stabbed his black friend to death. His search history also included reviews of hip-hop albums, brainwashing, bomb making, and a manual titled How to Kill Someone. Martin testified at Hernandez's trial that the killer was amused by horror films. So that's crazy, man. Just like we mentioned earlier, that's just to show you how, even like this guy said, he had even hip-hop albums. You know, of course, music could be really brainwashing, man, to the wrong person, to the wrong mindset. And so it could, like I said, it could be really effective, man, really influential to a lot of people, by comments he made in prison upon being sentenced to life on November 7, 2008. While complaining to a cellmate that America had become overly political correct, he praised American neo-Nazi David Duke and said it wouldn't be like that if we had David Duke as a president. Wow. Crazy, man. It was real crazy. Sarah Edmondson and Ben Darris, natural born killers. Actually, I've not seen Natural Born Killers, man. I know it's a classic movie. I think it was the 90s, right? This was from the 90s. I have not seen it, dude, but I gotta check it out. I heard a lot of good about this movie. Gotta check it out. But I think I have heard of this case. I think it's about like a girlfriend and a boyfriend, right? As a child of state Supreme Court and the niece of the state's attorney general, Sarah Edmondson, seemed destined to live lawfully. Ultimately, her upbringing appeared to have the opposite effect as she and her lover went on a interstate killing spree and modeled after Natural Born Killers. So yeah, this is the one I have heard of before. I guess this couple decided, they were inspired by Natural Born Killers, went on a killing spree. The Quentin Tarantino pen film explored America's parasitic relationship between serial killers and desperation for fame. Ironically, Edmondson and her boyfriend, Benjamin Darris, embarked on the very quest of the film, aimed to criticize 2 days after watching it on March 5, 1995. Armed with a .38 caliber revolver and a full tank of gas, the couple left Oklahoma for Hernando, Mississippi. The two 18-year-olds had initially left to attend a Grateful Dead concert, but instead ventured out to find their first victim on March 7. After shooting businessman William Savage in the head twice, Darris ripped part of his bloodstained clothes off as a memento. It was now Edmondson's turn to kill, with the couple finding their next victim in Louisiana. While Edmondson shot store clerk Patsy Byers, she had failed to kill her, leading to the couple's arrest. So here they are. This couple went on a killing spree. The way they got caught, she had failed. The chick failed to kill, another chick, and that's how it led up to their arrest. While Darris and Edmondson were facing armed robbery and murder charges, Byers was left paralyzed. The victim had filed a lawsuit against them in July, amending it following March to include Time Warner and Natural Born Killers. Director Oliver Stone, 1 day before testifying in November, Byers died of cancer. Her condition had truly left her unstable to feel any cancer-related symptoms, thereby preventing any diagnosis of treatment. Ultimately, Edmondson testified that she and Darris had taken substantial amounts of LSD and watched Natural Born Killers repeatedly prior to their spree. So this is another one of those cases, man, where these people get under the influence of drugs. Of course, we took a look at the Halloween 2 one, where the guy, what was it? PCP, it was? PCP, the guy was smoking too much PCP, watching Halloween 2. Now this one is LSD, man, LSD. Yeah, man, I mean, like I said, I guess these different drugs make you feel different. I guess it hits everyone different. And I guess some of these drugs, once you see something play out, you wanna do it yourself. It's crazy, dude. While the case against Stone and Time Warner was dropped by a judge in 2001 on First Amendment grounds, Edmondson pleaded guilty to a second-degree attempted murder, armed robbery, and used a firearm during a violent felony. Sentenced to 30 years in November 1998, she was released in 2010, while Darris was sentenced to life in prison. So yeah, I have heard of this story, and I think, I heard that she was released in 2010, which is freaking crazy, yo. It's crazy. But yeah, so here's the last one. This is the last one, right? Jeffrey Dahmer and the Exorcist 3. Wow, interesting. Now we're getting good. We're getting to they saved you could say the best for last, but yeah, and I guess you guys could not believe me, but I guess this is based on Jeffrey Dahmer. I don't really know too much about, of course, he's one of the most famous serial killers, but I don't really know too much about his case. So yeah, this is brand new to me. I did not know Jeffrey Dahmer was inspired by The Exorcist 3. This is brand new to me. Yeah, Chippy. Yeah, this is weird, dude. Yeah, I have not heard, like, for example, the one that we took a look a little earlier was from the first Exorcist, but for the third Exorcist, hey, pretty interesting, man. Let's take a look. Infamous for committing the worst serial killings in Wisconsin's history, Dahmer murdered 17 boys and young men between 74 and 78. When authorities finally raided his Milwaukee apartment in July 22 and arrested him, they found 4 heads, 3 skulls, and the remains of 11 people in his fridge. Goddamn. What many true crime aficionados weren't aware of, however, is that the child raping and cannibalistic serial killer obsessively watched The Exorcist 3 upon his arrest. Dahmer told Detective Dennis Murphy that he had bought a VHS copy of the film and watched it up to 3 times per week for 6 months straight. He felt the character in the movie was driven by evil. He felt he could relate to the character because he felt he was driven by evil. Murphy told jurors at the Dahmer's trial, which spanned from January 91 to February 92. Yeah, guys, actually, I've not heard of this one. Of course, like I said, Jeffrey Dahmer, one of the most iconic, famous serial killers. But I really don't know too much about him, man. Honestly, most terrifying of all, this is some of the Dahmer's victims had watched the movie with him, blissfully unaware that they would be murdered, skinned, and dismembered when it was over. Dangerously unaware, the 32-year-old Tracy Edwards found Dahmer friendly enough to accept his $100 offer to pose naked. Lured to the killer's home under fake pretense, Edwards was pointed to Dahmer's fish cane. That's when a large knife and ordering him into a bedroom. Dahmer put on The Exorcist 3 and told Edward to sit on the bed when the killer's entire personality changed. Edward and Dahmer began chanting like a slow hum and rocking back and forth. After 5 hours of captivity, Edwards managed to beat Dahmer over the head and escape. He later testified, he put his head on my chest, was listening to my heart, and said he was going to eat my heart. Crazy, man. Crazy. After 5 hours of captivity, Edwards managed to beat Dahmer over the head and escape, leading to Dahmer's arrest. Ultimately, The Exorcist 3 remains the only critically lauded sequel to the original. As for Jeffrey Dahmer, he was beaten to death in prison while serving 16 consecutive life terms on November 28, 1994. So yeah, I didn't even know that, guys. I didn't even know he was beaten to death in prison. You know? That's crazy, yo. So it's pretty dope that I'm learning away. But hey, man, this is crazy. So I guess Jeffrey Dahmer, man, made this guy. He literally had him, I don't know, torturing him, ready to eat him or whatever, ready to kill him. He popped in The Exorcist 3, and the dude managed to escape, man, and beat up Jeffrey, got away, and I guess that's what led to his arrest. That's crazy, yo. That's crazy. Like I said, man, it's not really expected from this. This is an underrated sequel, no doubt about it. Exorcist 3, not the biggest fan of it. Of course, to me, the original where it's at, honestly. But of course, the one that some fans do like is the third one. But yeah, it's really not expected. I could see more with the first one. Of course, there was a case with the original Exorcist, where the chick, literally thought her daughter was possessed after watching The Exorcist and literally ripped her heart out. Poor child, man. But that's crazy, dude. So yeah, this is brand new to me, guys. Like I said, Jeffrey Dahmer, one of the most famous killers in history, was inspired by Exorcist 3 to commit his horrible crimes. That's crazy, yo. That's crazy. So yeah, hey, dude, these were 11 murders that were inspired by horror movies. It was pretty dope going through these, man. Like I said, I had not checked out the list. These were brand new when I was going through them. I have heard of a few, like I mentioned. I have heard of like the Halloween 2 one. I've heard. I have heard of what was the other one? I think I heard of the Purge one before. What were the other ones? The Friday the 13th one, the Scream one, I think I heard of. So yeah, dude, I mean, it's crazy. A lot of these, like I said, that's just to show you how powerful movies, music could be, man. Especially to the wrong person, it could really affect them badly and go out and commit a horrendous crime. We haven't really heard of nothing like this in recent years. I think the more recent one was the what was it, the Purge guy, the one who, the Purge and stuff like that. He literally thought he was gonna live the rest of his life or whatever, within the Purge rules. It's crazy, yo. It's crazy. But yeah, man. I mean, glad you guys stayed here, man, and go down this list with me. Um, it is crazy how much people be so influenced by stuff. I don't love these movies that much. Exactly, porn star. Yeah, dude. It's because, like I said, it hits people different. Us, we're fans, of course, but we love these damn movies. But we're not gonna proceed and act what we see on the screen. Yeah, it's just people, man, who I just don't think. And I don't mean no like in a messed up way, but people who don't have, because I know sometimes in some cases, it's not really controllable. I guess I can't really speak on it because I mean I don't know, but I guess sometimes it's hard for them to control it. They can't really, like, they don't know what they're doing. And a lot of these cases, I feel, yeah, these people knew what they were doing. And of course, once their trial comes up, they try to make up all these excuses, blame the movies. But hey, man, it's just crazy, man. Crazy, horrible crimes that have been committed over entertainment. At the end of the day, these people, like I said, mentally unstable, might not be, I wouldn't even say they might not have that knowledge, but they might not be able to process it, But it's crazy, yo. It's crazy. Yeah, Chippy. Yeah, and I think that's what it is, man. I think that's what it is with most of these cases. The Freddy Krueger one. The guy wanted to see. He told the police he wanted to see how it felt to be Freddy Krueger for one day. What did he think? He thought he was gonna be Freddy. Feel how be like Freddy Krueger for one day, and then the next day move on with his life as a regular person. Like it's ridiculous, dude. It's crazy, yo. But it's like Son of Sam and Exorcist 1. Yeah, man. For sure. Jeffrey Dahmer inspired by Exorcist 3. Man, that's my stuff. Unstable Freak. I didn't even know that one, dude. I really did not know that one. Like I said, I could... It's expected. Of course, there was a case with the first Exorcist, but Exorcist 3, I wasn't expecting it, yo. I really wasn't expecting it. They saved the Exorcist 3 for last. Jeffrey Dahmer. Like I said, I don't know too much about him. I don't really even know too much about Charles Manson, guys. Like, I'm not really... I kind of know more about... The one I have more knowledge on is Pogo the Clown. What's his name? John Wayne Gacy, of course. A little bit of Richard Ramirez because I did watch the documentary, but believe it, guys, I have not seen any documentaries on Charles Manson, Jeffrey Dahmer. Honestly, guys, honestly. I'm not the biggest fan of... it's cool, like the John Wayne Gacy, Richard Ramirez. It's cool, it's fascinating, it's interesting, but not to that point, where I'm a... Like, of course, I'll check out a documentary if I ever come across one. But, yeah, I did not know that, though. But, like I said, it's great. We're all learning. We learn something new every day, I only watched the first few episodes of the Dahmer Netflix show, but in one of them, he is seen watching The Exorcist 3 with one of his victims, Machete Slasher. I know which one. It's the most recent one, right? Yeah, I heard a lot of positive things about that show, And yeah, I would assume if they're gonna be accurate if they're gonna do, the story of Jeffrey Dahmer, you expect, and especially when the facts like these. I did not know this. I just learned this. But if those were the facts, and if you're gonna be telling the story of how it went, oh yeah, then you should definitely expect those small details, But hey, they definitely. I'm not sure how accurate that show is, that series is to the actual story that happened. But hell yeah, man, hell yeah. But I have not seen it though, Machete Slasher. But I have heard a lot of positive about that show. But I'm gonna have to check it out. I watched the Netflix series, but didn't notice it was the Exorcist 3. Oh, yeah, Chippy, tell me about it. Was it good? I heard a lot of people. I think it was like came out like a year ago, right? A year or two ago. A lot of people were praising it, you know. But yeah, I remember seeing billboards too, dude. It was a hit. It was a hit, you know. Curtis Smith, what's up, buddy? How was Horror Nights? Horror Nights was great, dude. I want to go back. I'm hoping to go back probably in October, man. But yeah, I had a great time this year. Yeah, I had a lot of fun, dude. Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah, dude. I loved Horror Nights this year, yo. Like I told you guys, I haven't been to Horror Nights since 2019. The last few years when I didn't like it. Or it's not that I didn't like it, but it was like kind of getting old, you know. But this year, dude, felt refreshing. It felt dope. So hell yeah, man. I recommend you guys checking out Horror Nights. Have you watched Zodiac, the one with Robert Downey Jr.? I have not seen it, man. I have not seen it, Chippy. But I have heard of it. I have heard of it. The Netflix series of Jeffrey is great. Yeah, dude, I heard a lot of great things about it. Like I said, it was really praised by a lot of people, you know. Disturbing but great. Hey, man, I'm gonna have to check it out. I'm pretty sure it's still on Netflix, right? Pretty sure it's still on Netflix. I'm pretty sure it was a Netflix original. I'm into serial killer shows. That's dope, Chippy. I like them, man. I like them. I know you could add that. It makes it, you could say, more fun, more interesting because they're actual real killers that killed in real life. These are real cases. I've seen many documentaries. Ed Gein, of course, the main ones. Ed Gein, Richard Ramirez, John Wayne Gacy. And I think I seen one on Ted Bundy. But the Charles Manson, not really, man. I don't know too much about Charles Manson. I don't know too much about Jeffrey Dahmer. But yeah, dude, I'm gonna have to check it out though, Chippy, because yeah, I gotta check it out, yo. You know, Horror Nights was awesome. Yeah, I hope you had a good time, Chippy. Yeah, I know. I want to go back, dude. Last of Us line for General is crazy. Yeah, Chippy, you know what? I didn't even get to go on that one, man. On The Last of Us. That's the main reason I want to go back, dude. Other than revisiting a lot of the great mazes, like the Chucky, Evil Dead. I wanna go to the ones I missed, dude. I was disappointed, dude, because the night I went on opening night. I was expecting it was a good time. It was a good night to go. It wasn't as packed as I thought it was gonna be, which was dope. But I did not like that they closed literally early, dude. They closed at 1. And I know even some days it's even closed, dude. I've been checking the wait times. I guess some days are closed. I guess it has to do with the amount of people who go. Of course, during the week, a lot of people don't go, so they don't even open. But yeah, dude, I want to go back to check out some of those mazes I missed. But I missed like The Last of Us, Holidays in Hell. I missed the Purge show. I missed. Hell yeah, dude. Have you seen Curtis Smith? You know what? Yesterday, a little bit today in the morning too. I actually watched. I know Sci-Fi. I'm not sure if it's Fear Fest. I don't think Fear Fest is on yet. But I know Sci-Fi, man. Sci-Fi has been playing the Chucky movies, the Chucky marathon, which is pretty cool. Like I said, yesterday I was watching a little bit of Bride of Chucky, and earlier today I watched a little bit of Curse of Chucky. But yeah, so go check that out if you guys want. Great Netflix original series. Yeah, man. I know Netflix has a lot of original stuff, you know. That's like the main. I think that's the route to success now, you know, with the series, and then, you know, Netflix, especially good series like those, man, that, you know, you could say have that build up. Should be fun, man. Should be interesting. Should be great. But yeah, man, gonna have to check it out. Hate the Santa and Holidays Maze. Yeah, dude, I did not go on it. So it's like kind of like a Christmas horror thing going on. AMC Fear Fest is here on September. Yeah, Curtis Smith. I believe it starts late September. I could be mistaken. Late September, early October. I gotta check. But yeah, usually I'm tuned in, man. I'm usually watching AMC Fear Fest. It's great, dude. It's great. Whenever I get the chance. Like, if I had the chance, I probably would have, you know, watched the Chucky marathon. But, you know, I just turned on the TV for a little bit, you know, then move on to the next thing and stuff like that. But, yeah, man. but yeah, guys, I mean, that's gonna be pretty much it. That was 11 real life murders that were inspired by horror movies. I had a good time, man. Like I said, this list, I found this article. I went through them. I did not. I didn't even go through them before I started the live stream, so it was fresh. My reaction. I learned. I've heard, like I said, I heard of a few of these cases, but then some of them I didn't, and it was great learning. And I like how they added details in there. You know, they added photos. Pretty dope, dude. Did you find out if you got Horror Nights or regular park? You know what, Chippy? I believe I got regular park, dude, but I believe I could, like, I guess it depends on my section. I'm not sure what section, because I believe in a few days I'm gonna go, like, for a tour. I think for a tour. Yeah, so I had orientation, dude, and they were telling me, they weren't telling me, but they were like talking on the chat or whatever, that if you would like to work for Horror Nights, like if you're like, for example, if wherever I'm a be at, if that store is open for Horror Nights, I could ask, you know, if I would like to, if I have that extra time, extra hours to work to go, you know, for Horror Nights, I could ask. So I'm gonna definitely ask, dude, because I would love it. I would love it. You know, I think it'll be more. I would just love to be there, surrounded. It would be more fun with the Halloween vibe going on. You know, instead of the regular Universal Park. You know what I mean? So for sure, Trippy, I'm gonna try it, dude. I'm gonna try it, and yeah, man, I can't wait. Maybe it could help me out with my second trip to Horror Nights, but hell yeah, dude. But Trippy, hey, let me know if you ever make it back to Horror Nights, man. Great streaming as always. Always great vibing with y'all. Likewise, Pornstar JR. It's always great hanging out with you guys. Like I said, I thought this would make a little cool video, little cool live stream. You know, cool little discussion going over some of these cases, man. Crazy. Curtis Smith, that's dope, man. I definitely will check them out, man. Definitely will check them out. Have you played horror video games? Not the biggest gamer, man. I played a few of you know, the Friday the 13th or something, but yeah, not really. I haven't even played the new Texas Chainsaw, man. I gotta get to it. Felt bad for the people inside of the mazes that stink. Yeah, dude. Hey, dude. Which one was the one? I think it was the Latin America or the Universal Monstrofis, something like that. You know, the pigs that were hanging? Dude, that shit, when you go through the pigs, it literally smells like a freaking, like, pig, dude. You know what I mean? But yeah, dude, that's crazy. Imagine being there, dude. Ah, dude, that'll be crazy. Being there for hours. Exactly, man. Yeah, dude. I don't think I could do it. You know, I could do anything for money, but I mean, not like, not to sound like that, but hey, that wouldn't be my preference, though. That wouldn't be my preference. Maybe in October, never know. Yeah, Chippy, I'm not sure neither, dude. I really want to, but since I'm gonna be kind of closer now, maybe it could. I'm gonna take it as my advantage, man. See if I could have, you know, a day off to visit or something, you know. But hell yeah, man. We'll definitely keep in touch. But yeah, dude, what's up, yo? My brother made it. I'm live streaming, yo.
Am I late?
Yeah, dude, I'm finished. You missed it. 11 real life murders that 11 real life murders inspired by horror movies.
Really?
Yeah, it's crazy. A lot of crazy shit, yo. The hype died down for that game quick. I agree, dude. Yeah. You know what? What did they say about Evil Dead today?
They're gonna shut it down or something.
You guys know how they shut down the Friday game? They shut down the Evil Dead game. It just the news just broke today. I saw that on Instagram. I guess the hype died, dude. The hype died. I was expecting, man. They had a lot of potential, dude. You know, especially Friday the 13th, man. You know, it had a lot of potential. But yeah, dude, that's crazy. But yeah, I do agree though. it did die quick. I guess it got old quick. The one I played the most was Friday the 13th. But like I said, it gets old kind of quick, you know. But yeah, it's more of a game to play for fun though, for sure. There was an Evil Dead game. Yeah, Chippy, yeah, there's an Evil Dead game. Don't tell me you did not know, man. Don't tell me you did not know. That was quick as hell. Yeah, dude. I know, right? When didn't it come out like less than a year?
It came out in May.
This year? May this year?
No, 2022.
Oh shit, dude. Yeah, I know Porn Star. It did not last, dude. It did not last. That was quick, yo. Chippy, hey man, don't tell me you have not heard of the Evil Dead game. I know it's not really, it wasn't as big as the Friday game. Like I know, like I could understand if people haven't heard of it because it wasn't really big like that, you know. I think Friday was more bigger, but hey, my brother bought it. He said it was disappointing, dude. Huh? It was like Friday, kind of.
Yeah.
Crazy, man. Yeah, I didn't know. Damn, Chippy. That's crazy, man. Dude, they even released a trailer and everything. That's crazy, dude. But hey, I guess they were I don't know if they were, cuz I think around the time they were also preparing for Evil Dead Rise, you know. So they came out with a lot of Evil Dead merchandise, a lot of figures. Of course, I guess the game was part of the promotion or whatever, but hell yeah, dude. I haven't played it. I think I played it. No, I don't think I played it, dude. I haven't played Evil Dead. But that's crazy, yo. That's crazy. That game is more recent than Friday the 13th. Yeah, that's what I was saying, Chippy. That's why not Chippy, Porn Star, my bad. Porn Star JR. Yeah, dude. That's what surprised me. You know, it's too soon. It's too damn soon for them to just shut it down like that, you know? It's like a recent game, you know? Friday the 13th has been out since what, 2018?
16.
2016, really?
Yeah, 17.
Damn, 2017? Yeah, dude. It's crazy, you know? It really didn't last too long. Freddy game. Yeah, dude, a Freddy game would be fun, dude. Especially if they do, since you could say the dream world is more articulated, it's more imaginary, it should be more fun, you know. Most definitely, that'll be fun, dude. I heard they're coming out with a Ghostface game, but I'm not sure if that's true. I think it's gonna be like a fun world. It's not gonna be based on the Scream movies, just the Ghostface character, you know, just the brand of Ghostface. Fun World owns Ghostface. Yeah, dude. Yeah, Porn Star for sure. Yeah, I guess it died too. You know, like I said, I never heard a lot of people talk about the Evil Dead game like that. You know, that's why maybe that could be the reason why it was shut down. Cause yeah, it was kind of underrated, you could say. You know. But yeah, I mean, even with the Chucky, not the Chucky game, the Killer Clown from Outer Space game, that they're coming out with still. Hey, I hope, dude. I hope that's a major upgrade, dude. That one should be fun. That one should be fun. Oh yeah, dude. A Chucky game would be nice. That one would be dope too, man. Since Chucky is another one of those, characters that's all over the place. That'll be fun. Hell yeah. Go through the Good Guy Factory and all that from Child's Play 2. Crazy, man. Dead by Daylight. Yeah, Dead by Daylight. Another one, man. Another one. You should, hey Chippy, you should check it out on YouTube, dude. You should check it out, man. I'm not sure if you will still be able to play it after, it's been shut down. But yeah, I mean, like I said, I haven't played it. I can't really speak on it too much. But yeah, man, I mean, that's gonna be pretty much it. I'm gonna be heading out of here. Thank you guys for watching, man. I'm sweating. I'm sweating out of the mask. I've never sweat like this. Thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for more videos. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me with this list of, you know, murders inspired by horror movies. Had a good time. Actually we learned something today. Pretty cool, man. Shout out to all of you guys: Curtis Smith, Chippy, Pornstar JR, Unstable Freak, Infinity Dragon, Machete Slasher. Shout out to all of you guys who made it. Thank you guys for watching. You guys have a great rest of your day. Go check out my review on the Rob Zombie Halloween 2 mask. Pretty dope, man. I'm gonna be trying to go when I get the chance. I'm gonna go to like Spirit or Party City, see if they have the Halloween one, man. But stay tuned, you guys. New videos coming soon. Michael Myers signing out.